Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Emily, and Emily gave a general contribution that I am going to use for this. So, as those of you who have been following me for a while, you know one of my peeves, one of my things is calling out pedophilia, calling out adults who take advantage of children. You know, these agendas are now been mainstreamed in our schools, in our learning institutions, trying to force feed this stuff down children's throats. And what I have here is a video of I believe it's a college professor in a lecture hall, basically giving the tenets of the people that wrote what's called queer theory, which is what most of this is based upon. And what it is it's all just communist propaganda to begin with, meant to take down the society, destroy society, for leverage, for control, to destroy, to get at the children. What he's going to do is he's going to basically play a game of Jeopardy, citing what the writers, the actual framers and writers, wrote when they rolled out this queer theory. So, without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? The video is about 6 minutes long.
There is a long correlation between anarchism and pedophilia and support for pedophilia. The
anarchism, communism, it's chaos. And you'll notice the background, who's fighting with him, who's screeching at him the loudest here in these situations. Because let me tell you something, I'll let it out right now. It's the females of the class. Okay. And without women, you wouldn't have any of this shit. You wouldn't have any of this shit trying to be mainstream without the compliance and usually being led by women for whatever reason.
Oh, wait. That's a beautiful line. Thank you so much for asking. How about something relevant? I've been talking about rape culture all day, and pedophilia and the support of pedophilia is not rape culture. Actually.
So can we talk about, obviously this has been like a seminar or a speech or a lecture on rape culture. But for some reason, when you get to pedophilia and queer theory, now you're being some kind of homophobe, transphobe. Like, what is it? They're basically telling you you have to accept this from these people because they think this way. Otherwise, you're the bigot. You're the bad guy.
It seems you're acting like this is a spurious connection. So we're going to play Jeopardy. We're going to play queer theory. We're going to play queer theory, pedophilia, Jeopardy. Okay, answer. Commonly called the godfather of queer theory. Who is Foucault? Okay, 100 points.
Foucault, the godfather of queer theory. Who is he? They know who he is.
Foucault. Another way to ask this is who argued, no, I guess the answer would be, argued for the eradication of age of consent laws as in down to infants.
Who is Foucault?
So the founder of queer theory argued the elimination of consent laws all the way down to infants. You would think that would just end the debate, end any argument right there, as it should. If we were a decent society, if we were a moral society, if we were a society that hasn't been taken over by communists, it would be. But no, they'll sit here and argue with this guy for another 5 minutes. Right there, they know who Foucault is. They are not challenging. This is what is in their own writings. What they can't tolerate is having, this is why they hate channels or pages or Twitter accounts like Libs of TikTok. All Libs of TikTok does is show the world what these people are saying in their own words. All he's doing is reciting what's in their own writings of this queer theory. The elimination of consent laws down to an infant. Who would even have that idea even cross into their mind? You take that, cross their mind. You take that person and you eliminate them from society. I'm not saying you have to. You lock them away and you throw away the fucking key. If they've already hurt a child, bye. I don't care what they do to you. Bye. This is a theory. This is what's being pushed in our schools. This is what's behind all those flags and all this new flag and that new flag and this theory and that theory. It's always been about the children. Always. Because if you can destroy the children, you destroy the future. And you destroy the future, you don't have a country left. You don't have a culture left. You don't have a society left. Because that's all communists do, is destroy everything they touch.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, luckily, most of the class is on his side.
Next one. The author of the founding document of queer theory. Who is Gail Rubin?
Who is Gail Rubin, the author of the founding Gail Rubin. Gail. A woman wrote this? A woman wrote what you're about to hear next.
What percentage? Don't know. The answer is 50%. Question is?
The amount in that article that was a defense of pedophilia, specifically, quote, boy lovers, so men with tough boys.
Oh.
So they're talking about specifically boy lovers having sex and with young boys.
And since you're not believing me, quote, this is in the founding document of queer theory. Like communists and homosexuals in the 1950s, boy lovers are so stigmatized that it is difficult to find defenders of their civil liberties, let alone for their erotic orientation. That's in the founding document of queer theory. I'm sorry, I'm using facts.
Let's hear that again. Let's just hear that again.
50s, boy lovers are so stigmatized that it is difficult to find defenders of their civil liberties, let alone for their erotic orientation.
Because adults who want to have sex with young boys can't find anybody to defend their civil rights. Boo-hoo. Well, who would want to put their neck out for somebody like that? Everybody deserves a defense because you're innocent until proven guilty, but to go out there and cry about the civil rights of people who are looking to rape children, and this is in the founding doctrine of the theory, written by a woman.
That's in the founding document of queer theory. I'm sorry, I'm using facts.
And nothing upsets the communist narc worse than facts, worse than their own words being shown to them, being shown to the public.
A thousand apologies. One must never let facts in the way. Oh, and she also compared, by the way, she compared pedophilia to a preference for spicy food. The thing is,
so you like underage children, you like infants. Okay, that's the same as liking some hot wings. Really, that's what she wrote.
Is I have never heard of anyone who has to have years of therapy because they ate.
Patriarchy's looking a little bit better, doesn't it? Because it seems like every time a woman gets some kind of power, she's doing something fucked up to destroy the culture. It's awfully odd. I mean, if you are a conservative, if you are somebody who cares about your culture, please tell me what woman politician, save other than Margaret Thatcher, has done anything, has passed any legislation, has passed a law, a bill, legislation, anything that has advanced society and has benefited society. Please tell me what it is in the comment section, please, and I'll stand corrected. Other than Margaret Thatcher. The problem is for every one Thatcher, there's 500. There's 500 of these in power, females in power. But they'll sit there and they'll talk to you about the patriarchy. This is what the matriarchy does.
Ate hot and sour soup. Okay, so up to 200. Now it is pedophilia and queer theory for 300. That would.
And listen to the voices that who are actually arguing. They're all female. They're all female. The female wrote, okay, that the pedophile can't get civil rights covered who want to rape young boys. So this woman has really no problem with seeing young boys being raped.
To be author of Macho Sluts. Author of Macho Sluts and Public Sex. At Califia.
Macho Sluts. God.
Wait. What was it somebody said? Stay relevant. Okay, let's talk about Pat Califia.
Because he can't, he's responding with, why can't, it's all the female, it's the females fight, not every female in the room, I take it, but the ones who are for this are all female. And then they'll call him a transphobe and say, why won't you respond? They're responding with your own, with your own words, with your own leaders, what they put down on paper, what the theory is. But now he's a transphobe. So what is he supposed to respond to exactly?
Okay, here's something from one of Pat Califia's books. You know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting that when I actually start talking about the relationship between queer theory and anarchism and pedophilia, that it becomes, they really want to shut me up now. Okay. So here's Pat.
That's when you show them the truth and you tell them the truth of what they're doing, that's when they want to shut you down. So that's when you're being accused, when they call you a transphobe, a homophobe, a Nazi, it's because you're all over the target. That's how the communist works.
Califia. Pat Califia.
Now this is Pat Califia.
Wait, just a second. I was accused of homophobia because I'm against pedophilia. Who is it who actually makes the connections between that? Okay, here's something by Pat Califia. Pat Califia has written, any child old enough to decide whether or not she or he wants to eat spinach, play with trucks, or wear shoes is old enough to decide whether or not she wants to run around naked in the sun, masturbate, sit in someone's lap, or engage in sexual activity, by which she does not mean play doctor, she means with adults.
Oh, Pat Califia, another female, wants naked girls running around. She can decide what she wants to eat and what she wants to do. She can decide she wants to have sex. That's another woman writing this. Tell me more about the patriarchy. Tell me more about the fucking patriarchy, please.
She's very clear about that because she also says that pedophiles should be more and not less invested in children's lives. Okay, so we're at 300.
That's not somebody who wants pedophiles more involved in children's life. Yeah, that's not somebody who's trying to destroy your culture, destroy your society, and destroy your children. No. Again, tell me more about the patriarchy.
400 is the most famous queer theorist of today. Answer. No, it is not Judith Butler. Who is Judith Butler?
Who's the more today? Who is Judith Butler? Another. But you need more women in power, right? You need more women in power because it's working out so well. Again, I'm going to ask you, if you are a conservative, if you're somebody who cares about your culture and your family and your future, please tell me, other than Margaret Thatcher, what female politician has done anything for our side, for what you believe in. Name it. What's the bill? What's the legislation? Where was society before, and how did it help and benefit, and where are we now? Please, I'll wait. Just leave it in the comment section.
Okay, Judith Butler is the most famous queer theorist of the day.
We see you, all of you supporters here. Do not.
We see you. So they're threatening. We see you. That's another female threatening the room. We see you. We see you. We're going to ruin your lives. We're going to dox you. We're going to have you debanked. Understand, this is why my channel is demonetized. This is why I'm shadow banned. This is why, because I speak out against these things. These are the type of threats she's talking about to the room.
Care about trans people's lives.
You don't care about trans people's lives. Like, what are we talking about here? We're not talking about trans people. We're talking about pedophilia. Unless what she's saying is that she's in her accusation, she's actually a confession, because she believes that the trans agenda is directly linked to pedophilia. At least in her mind it is, because why would that accusation even make sense?
Okay. Here's a great quote from Judith Butler.
Another quote from Judith Butler.
Okay, so Judith Butler wrote, so I keep adding this qualification. When incest is a violation, suggesting I think there may be occasions in which it's not. Why would I talk that way? Well, I do think that there are probably forms of incest that are not necessarily traumatic, and which gain their traumatic character by virtue of the conscious.
Shame on you. We see you. This woman is writing, there are times where incest isn't a problem. Listen to these women in the background. Listen to them. Back it up a little bit.
So I keep adding this qualification. When incest is a violation, suggesting I think there may be occasions in which it's not. Why would I talk that way? Well, I do think that there are probably forms of incest that are not necessarily traumatic, and which gain their traumatic character by virtue of the conscious of social stain that they produce.
I don't even mean anything. There are times incest isn't traumatic because of the social construct. These are children. Why would you want anybody to have sex with their own children? Not only is it pedophilia, it's incest. Oh, that's not a problem either. More patriarchy, please. Please, more patriarchy.
Yeah, that's Judith Butler. That's one of the queer heroes. Okay, now we have for 500, we have the last one in the queer theory and pedophilia. The answer is queer theorist who has spoken out strongly against pedophilia.
What is zero?
Who is no one? Not
Who
a
is
single
no
one.
not one?
Because the entire thing is based on transgressing
Pedophilia.
Yeah, I know. Dear fucking God.
Exactly. Dear fucking God. Because the whole thing, like I said, is about the children. Always was. Always was. That's how communists operate. So what do you do about this? What can you do about this? You better look long and hard before you go electing who you're going to elect, and you better look long and hard into what's going on in your children's schools and who's around them. And you better look long and hard if there's a way to get them out of there and get them into a private school that doesn't follow this stuff. Good luck on that as well. Or possibly best scenario is homeschooling. There's only one way to end this, like immediately. There's only one. That's repealing the 19th Amendment. I'm not advocating for it. I'll tell you, Charlene would gladly give up her right to vote so long as other women didn't have to. But whatever. Would we be here without the 19th Amendment? Would we be here in society? Would society be in the condition it's in without the 19th Amendment? Probably not. Not necessarily advocating for it, but I'm just stating a fact here. Because what it is, it's queer theory is nothing more than cover for the groomers. And it's all just communist propaganda in the end anyway. So thank you so much, Emily, for the contribution. I really appreciate the general contributions. Allow me to do more videos like this. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to follow both my channels on Rumble, Twitter, and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.